Of course, kids who play contact and even non-contact sports are at risk for concussions. Fox 55's Troy Grant went to a clinic today to learn more about head injuries. She joins us now. So, Troy, what did you learn today?
Yes, Barrett, I like how you mentioned non-contact sports as well, because they are just as at risk. Another thing that we might not realize is that actually less than 5% of concussions have a loss of consciousness. Matt Campbell, the clinical director of Midwest Concussion Clinic, told me that you don't even need to necessarily hit your head to get a concussion. And if you do have a concussion, there are odds that you are taking the wrong steps to your own treatment.
I don't really remember hitting my head, but I'm dizzy, I'm nauseous, and that's one of the things that we go over really quickly. Is like, hey, you don't have to actually hit your head. One of the biggest myths on like the treatment aspect of things and things that you're not doing is the sitting in a dark room, right? The sitting in a dark room, the sit and wait approach to concussions is actually an outdated approach.
I can't remember in my 27 years coaching ever seeing a kid lose consciousness, but we've definitely had concussions, and so it comes from big hits where they're just dazed a little bit.
And sitting in a dark room can make your symptoms worse, Campbell said. He also said that at their clinic, they try to stay away from medications and painkillers because those can lead to symptom masking. When symptom masking happens, you could feel even worse once the longer you are on a medicine with head injuries. No matter how seemingly small, you should always be looked into. Timmons says as a coach, they are following strict guidelines that have been updated by the state in the past few years as well. Now, Campbell told me back to school is actually one of their busiest seasons, and it can be hard for students to recover from a concussion if they're doing strenuous brain work like in a classroom. And this is one of those cases where sometimes doctors will actually tell you to go back to bed and stay sleeping in instead of heading to the classroom. So sounds like a pretty important prescription if you ask me. Coming up at 6 p.m., find out how to prevent these problems before getting onto the field. Live in studio, I am Troy Grant, Fox 55 News.